So you recently got a PlayStation 5 or you just upgraded to the PS5 Slim and you want to upgrade your game even further? Well, today we're going to be taking a look at the 5 best monitors for that PlayStation 5. But before we dive in and take a look at the 5 monitors, you need to understand the amazing power you hold now in your possession. The PlayStation 5 has 3 key elements that are going to make your gaming experience that much better. It has the ability to support HDMI 2.1. That means you're going to get the best quality of gaming because this is going to allow you to play in 4K at a stunning 120 gigahertz. So now that you know the power you have in your hands, let's take a look what's going to allow you to tap into that power and take a look at the 5 best monitors currently right now available that you're going to want to make sure you pick up at least one of these. Starting with number 1, guys, feast your eyes on the crown jewel of PlayStation 5 monitors, the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8. This beauty isn't just a monitor. It's a portal to pixel perfection. With its 4K resolution, it's like having a mini IMAX right at your desk, making it the top contender for best 4K monitor for any PlayStation 5. Whether you have a Slim or whether you have a no Slim, this thing is amazing. Now let's talk about one important thing, and that is speed. While the PlayStation might not fully exploit the complete overhaul that the G8 has with a blazing 244 gigahertz refresh rate, it's more than happy to roll with a smooth 120 Hz at 4K, thanks to the ability of having an HDMI 2.1 port. And if you're like a double agent like me, and you're a PC gamer and a console gamer as well, this monitor's high refresh rate allows you to have your game cake and eat it too. Now, the great thing about the Neo 8 is that it's not just about speed, it's about the grace under pressure. At 120 gigahertz, it delivers gaming experience so smooth that you'll think it's being coated with butter. It's virtually no blur even when things get hectic on the screen, and you could say no to screen tearing because that becomes a thing of the past thanks to its VRR support that plays nicely with your PlayStation 5. For you picture quality aficionados over there, the Neo G8 is like a visual symphony. It brings you to the deepest blacks thanks to its mini LED local dimming and its HDR mode. This monitor doesn't just shine, it dazzles, ensuring that your gaming doesn't just look good, that it is jaw-dropping good. So in this race on who is number 1 when it comes to gaming monitors, the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8 isn't just a participant, it's actually the one that's waving you at the finish line. All right, for you budgie-savvy gamers out there, I got your back, and we're going to be taking a look at a high-end monitor that doesn't demand you breaking your piggy bank, and that is the Sony iZone 9.8. Now, sure, it doesn't have this all bells and whistles, but the Sony iZone 9.8, it's like the PlayStation's long-lost sibling, with features that are a match made in heaven for both the PlayStation 5 and the monitor. Now, what features are those? Let's talk about the Auto HDR tuning mapping. Think of it as a gaming's personal stylist optimizing the HDR performance and setting it to make every scene look its best. One great thing about the iZone M8 is that it dances beautifully with the PlayStation 5 because it supports HDMI 2.0 once again, and allowing you to have that VRR, which is going to make sure that you could say goodbye to any screen tearing that you might have or have experienced in the past. When it comes to responsive time, this monitor is like a sprinter, delivering smooth motion where you're 120 Hz or taking it even easy at 60 Hz per second. Aesthetically speaking, the Sony made this monitor while actually taking a little sneak peek at the PlayStation 5's blueprint. Since this sits next to your console, it's like if they were old friends, making your gaming setup look nice, sleek, and perform very well. So if you're the one that's looking for a budget-friendly monitor that gives you all the high-end specs, the Sony iZone M8 might just be your ticket to the show. All right, so get ready to be wowed, guys. We're going to be taking a look at the LG 27GR95QE. This is a game changer when it comes to gaming monitors. Imagine diving deep into your favorite game at a dazzling 240 gigahertz refresh rate. It's extremely amazing, even though the PlayStation does 120 gigahertz per refresh rate. If you have a PC next to it, this is going to be your number 1 choice when it comes to pairing both at the same time and not hurting your wallet. Not only that, guys, it comes with a smooth action FreeSync VVR support and also G-Sync compatible. This is going to make sure skin tearing is completely out of the question. But wait, guys, there is more. Because do you hate lag? Do you hate not missing your shots? Well, the great thing about the LG 27 is that it has such a low input lag that the reactions on the screen are almost telepathically. Yes, guys. And the monitor is able to handle every single one of them. It's so good that it's almost unreal. It's almost instant response time. And if you want to make sure, if you're playing FPS and want to make sure you're never having a missed shot due to lag, this is definitely the monitor you want to pick up. Now, the great thing about this monitor is that if you guys play in a dark room, this is definitely a monitor you want to pick up. Think of it like if you were a night owl inside of a cave, this monitor is the champion for darkroom gaming. It delivers perfect blacks without any blooming, making those late night gaming sessions an absolute treat to your eyes. So if you're looking for a monitor that keeps up with the elite gaming skills and makes every session an epic adventure, the LG27 should definitely be on your top list. It's not just a monitor, it's a gateway to gaming greatness. All right, so for you more budget-friendly type of gamers out there that just want to save a little bit of bucks but don't want to sacrifice too much, the Gigabyte M27U is going to be your best friend. It's not the flashiest, but yet it is the most reliable one to get the job done. Now, this doesn't have all the super bells and whistles like the other monitors we talked about, but it does come with one of the most important things when it comes to buying a monitor, and that is its ninja fast response time, ensuring that your game not only looks sharp as a katana without any blur, even when the action gets less intense as a final boss fight or when you're trying to win your 1v1s. Now, if you're worried about what you're going to be sacrificing, don't worry too much because everything that the PlayStation has to offer, this monitor is able to support as well. 4K gaming is going to run smooth like butter with 120 gigahertz thanks to it having an HDMI 2.1. And for those VRR fans out there, the M27U supports VRR. That means you're going to be avoiding screen tearing, but one thing I want to let you guys know is make sure you guys update the software on the monitor to avoid any of the issues it had before it was launched. So for those of you who are looking for a solid mid-range monitor that plays nice with the PlayStation 5 and keeps your wallet happy, the Gigabyte M27U is definitely a contender worth considering. Now let's talk about a monitor that I definitely wanted to mention here, and that is the Dell Alienware AW2724DM. Now this monitor is not playing in the league of 4K, but don't click off of it just yet. This is playing in the league of 1440p. 1440p is definitely by far one of the best resolutions to play in. Even though it's not 4K and might not be the talk of the town, it's still able to achieve high frame rates and the resolution that cannot be topped by anything else. The great thing about the Dell AW27 is that most of the monitors are running a marathon while the Dell one is running a sprint, making it easier for your games to not only reach those high refresh rates, but make the gameplay look super duper smooth. Now, what's really cool here, guys, is that the Dell can downscale a 4K resolution at 60 Hz an image, giving you a picture that's sharper than the standard 1440p. And guess what, guys? It supports HDMI Forum VRR, a very rare find within the 1440p world. When it comes to fast-paced action like first-person shooters, this monitor keeps blur at a bay. It makes sure it doesn't enter, ensuring that every detail is crisp and fresh as a dollar bill, boys. And for those who hate flickers, this thing is flicker free. You're not going to be able to see any flickering at it here at all. It's a sight for sore eyes, reducing image duplication and keeping your gaming marathons comfortable and at ease. There's just one tiny little hiccup, and that means that it doesn't have an audio output. But don't worry, guys, I have you covered with the best headsets for your PlayStation or Xbox or gaming in general here on the channel. So you guys are definitely going to want to check that out. Now, for some of you guys, this might be a bummer, but there are some really cool speakers you could pair this one up if your headsets are not your style. That will definitely have a video coming out for you guys, the best soundbars you could probably put on this type of monitor. Now, unfortunately, this does not support VRR with the PlayStation 5. So you're going to have to weigh those options, but I think I've given you guys a very wide range of monitors, not only for budget friendly, for high expensive monitors, but also a monitor that's going to be a little bit lighter on the budget, but still going to give you some really top performance. Now remember, if you're trying to nab yourselves any of these monitors, links are down below so you guys can go ahead and pick up the one you want. Especially right now as Christmas is rolling by, you're probably going to want to check if you can get some nice deals on any of the monitors that I talked about. Now, I hope you guys are enjoying our content here on TechNeedz. If you are, do me a huge favor, smash that like button if you like this content, and we're going to bring you out the best tech your heart could desire and only tech that you need. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.